Hello, 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 hello. It's Monday. It's a new week. You know what time it is. For my smokers who love pro wrestling, welcome to Pro Wrestling Smoke. You feel me? Hold on, me. Turn this on. Pro Wrestling Smoke, where I discuss and give you that smoke about pro wrestling. You know what it is, people. I'm a fan of pro wrestling, a diehard fan of pro wrestling. I really, 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 really hate that I wasn't able to go to DPW. I think they had something this week. I wasn't able to go. I will be able to go to another independent wrestling promotion one of these days. So you know I am. I'm kind of a Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. This wonderful episode is brought to you. This wonderful podcast is brought to you by PassDat Inhalation Partners. They have wonderful, wonderful t-shirt designs for you to enjoy, especially if you're a smoker. Show off how much you love smoking that good weed. I'm talking about on T Public, PassDat Apparel. And what kind of smoke you like? I got the kind of smoke you need. I'm talking about SmokeKind.com. They're the kings of THCA legal weed, people. I'm talking about vapes, edibles, as well as flowers. Please use my referral code to get some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sales that is going on, like 2 vapes for $42, as well as they even got single rolls. So trust me, be kind and get some smoke from SmokeKind and use my referral code to do so. You feel what I'm saying? So there you go, people. So it is been an interesting week in professional wrestling. And I don't sit here and break down every show. I just talk about what I just piqued my curiosity and piqued my interest. And first of all, the Battle of Mexico. See, the only war that is the Iran and U.S./Israel war is not the only war that's going on. The war for Mexico. And I'm going to be real with you. AEW winning. The show at Arena Mexico was great. Top to bottom. Must see. I'm pretty sure I don't know what the ratings might have been, but some tell me they might have been pretty decent. And Hangman Page is a superstar. He's officially a superstar. There you go. I'm going to sip my coffee and let you sip on that. And for anyone that says otherwise, go fuck yourself. I know what you're saying. Well, because he spoke Spanish, yeah, part of that. And they like him. And right there, it solidified why he's the guy that's going to win that world title. And me personally, I would like to see him hold on to that belt for a nice long time. Give him a nice long reign. You don't have to have Will Ospreay have a match against him. You don't have to have Swerve with a match against him. There's other guys that you can put against him. Definitely with. Now, I don't know how they're going to play the MJF because at some point MJF got to get the title back. But I digress. Plus, just the way that AEW matched their wrestlers with the CMLL wrestlers for their matches. And I even like, you know what I'm saying, Dax, losing the way that he lost to the old legend. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, what is his freaking name? Like I tell y'all people, I don't know everything. I don't know everybody's name offhand, but trust me, you know who I'm talking about, so deal with it. But to me, I think it made a bigger impact than that of WWE Worlds Collide. Because one, that was in LA. And AAA and CMLL in many ways are equal. I don't think one is above the other in Mexico. I could be wrong. You feel me? But what's funny is how quickly WWE want to grab some of these guys and put their ass on the main roster versus, well, I guess because AEW got a partnership, they don't own CMLL. They're not trying to sign CMLL talent. Also, we saw Mercedes Mone win the CMLL women's title. And which makes you, right now, is she the best women's wrestler in the game right now? Yeah. The reason why I say that, because one, the belts that she holds. Two, she's right now must see as a woman. Trust and believe. The Toni Storm and Mercedes Mone match is probably going to be the biggest women's match this year. Name a women's match that we done had this year that's bigger than what's about to happen at All In. Actually, All In, even though they're about to do a whole pay-per-view for women that involves nothing but women. The eyes of the world is going to be on the AEW Women's Heavyweight title. Trust me, put it this way, Evolution, your main event better be damn good to beat out that main event. But I think, like I said, my biggest worry when it comes to AAA is that WWE is going to change it and try to change it. I watched some of their stuff on YouTube. They I might have to go back and finish watching the mixed tag match, which Mr. Iguana is one half of the mixed tag champions. And we got another Triple Mania coming up. And like I said, I'm curious to see what's going to happen on that end. But as far as, since we are on AEW, like I said, the show was very good. I enjoyed MJF, his match against Mystico. I'm wondering what they're going to do with this, because he did pull Mystico mask off. And I'm wondering, where is the direction that they're going with the Hurt Business and with MJF? Now, I've been hearing this argument that the worst thing that happened was Cedric Alexander going to TNA and not coming to join the Hurt Business AEW. And part of the reason they were saying is that Bobby Lashley is going to get drowned out because he's not the biggest star in AEW. He's not a bigger star than MJF. My argument was, when has been pushed as a single? When Bobby gets pushed as a single, he will get over. If he's over with the Hurt Syndicate as a tag team, it's nowhere in here you're going to see and tell me that this guy, Bobby Lashley, is not going to get over with MVP as his mouthpiece if he goes after the world title or go after a singles belt. Part of the reason why they even put MJF with them was because apparently Cedric Alexander wasn't coming to AEW. Apparently he had made that known early. Two, they put the tag titles on the Hurt Business. They need a singles wrestler to be with that clique. Who better than technically MJF? Now, I know what you're saying. Why couldn't they got a black dude? Well, Ricochet, they weren't going to put with him because Ricochet right now, he has his own path going and he's working on a click. It won't going to be Swerve. What is it going to be? Won't going to be my man Jay Lethal. So it made sense with MJF to give MJF something to do. Also, it kind of fits, believe it or not, he kind of fits the Hurt Syndicate. But have y'all noticed that AEW been making it a point, something that WWE ain't doing, to highlight their tag team division? Not in promos, but in actual matches. Also, building up the women's tag division, so when it's time for them to do that, they got it. Now, I know a lot of people want to say, well, what you mean they hyping up their tag team division? Just look how many tag team matches and feuds that involve tag teams that are right now going on AEW versus WWE. Everything that's going on feud-wise is really seamless. And click situation. Right now, we have tag team. We have tag team situations. We have, of course, the Paragon, the Outrunners, all them is beefing. You got FTR and so forth, right? Also, the way that they've been building the Hurt Syndicate is making the tag titles mean something because now you really got to prove that you earn it. We just sat here and saw the Christian and Nick Wayne. They're now looking to challenge for tag titles. That was mentioned on Collision. The tag team division is starting to get booked, and we're starting to see a tag team division. You know what was sad? I forgot that the Street Profits was the tag champs on SmackDown. Think about that for a second. Now, mind you, I don't get to watch SmackDown, but I do know that New Day is the tag champs on Raw. But here's my question. Other than the Viking Raiders, well, we got the Viking Raiders and the Creed brothers, right? I think with LWO, maybe, I think. What's the tag team division? Actuality, we don't even know what the women's tag team division is. And see, what's crazy is it seems like AEW, I could say TNA, fuck it, MLW. They make it a point to make the tag team division and tag team titles mean something. WWE doesn't. Let me explain something to you. Right now, the most important women's tag titles, honestly, is the TNA Knockout tag team titles. That is right now the top women's tag titles. I won't even put the WWE in there. Because the Knockout, they make it a point. I mean, hell, you just had the Grace by Elegance and the Irresistible. They just did a little shit at the Fanatics, as well as Seth Rollins and Punk. But to me, AEW, I think tag team division is getting very strong, as well as their women's division. you know. Time for Chris Statlander, and I'm seeing they heading Chris Statlander to become a heel. Yes. We saw her as an alien. We saw her as a normal female. We'd love to see her as a heel. But I don't want to see her as a heel with the Death Riders. No. I want to see her as a heel by herself. Because she don't need to be with a clique. She should be a heel by herself, no clique, no group. In my opinion. That's just me. Also, I think that this is going to prep her to get a run to get the world title. The reason why I say this is because before she got injured, she was due to become the AEW World Champion. I do remember that being put out there. And just like we saw how Toni Storm went from just Toni Storm to timeless Toni Storm. And we saw how that happened. I'm feeling the same thing is going to happen for Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander. I think that wherever they go with, I think it's going to take her to the world title. So I'm smelling that's the next person getting the belt. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the TBS title once Mercedes Mone becomes champ. If they're going to win the tournament, if they're just going to say retire it because, hell, she got the belt anyway. We'd love to see a tournament. Also, interesting how we slowly getting that tag match I told you about when it comes to Young Bucks and with the Young Bucks with Ospreay and Strickland. I think Strickland took a loss in that big, what was it, 10-man, 8-man tag, or what have you. I think it was the Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks did get the pin on him. I can't remember exactly. I'm sorry, I don't take notes. But like I said, I'm sorry, people. Tony Khan's booking his ass off. He's right now running neck to neck with Triple H with booking. Actually, right now, in my opinion, y'all may not like it. This last quarter has been AEW. Beginning of this year, it was all WWE with the booking. Right now, AEW is killing it because the way that they're intertwining everybody in some way, shape, form, or fashion. He found a way to intertwine the Don Callis family in 2 different separate, about 5 to 8 different beefs. He not only has the Death Riders beefing with these guys, but he's also beefing with the Ops. He has a lot of controlled chaos going within his booking, and I'm loving it right now. So to me, that's why I said right now, it is just, I'm just loving it right now. Even to the women's division. I know y'all keep saying, well, they ain't got but one match. But they also got different segments for the girls. You feel me? So it's, do we want to see more female matches? We probably would like to. But the way he's going about it right now, what he's putting on is making an impact. And let's be real. The money match is Mercedes Mone versus Toni Storm. So I'm curious to see who Ricochet's crew is going to be. And like I said, it's right now, I'm loving what's going on with AEW. Simple as that. So there you go. So now, let's talk WWE. Now, of course, we had a whole bunch of stuff that happened in Fanatics. We had course, CM Punk doing a little diddy with Seth Rollins. Mm-hmm. And I think they had the pre-show, well, not the pre-show, but the press thing for SummerSlam. The press thing. So now, Raw and SmackDown, of course, I didn't get a chance. I did get to see NXT. Now, the question that came up before I go into what I remember and caught my mind is now the rumor that we will have a fourth person joining the Dangerous Alliance. That's what I'm calling it, and that's what I'm sticking with. And they said between what I understand, Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. Ethan Page need to be the one. First of all, Ethan Page fits that crew. Fits that crew. You got the two beasts. There's your tag team. Let's just say, because with Rose Hill Cliques, what I want to see is the clique that has all the belts. We have not seen that in WWE since Evolution. Let's make that clear. Not even with the Shield. The Shield never held all the belts. Tag belt and world belt, right? Actually, the hell was the U.S. belt and the U.S. belt and they held the tag belts at one time combined. But never was a world, but they never held the world title as a clique. So, if you're going to have these two behemoths at some point win the tag titles, and you're going to have what's his face win the world heavyweight title or the unified or undisputed or whatever it is title, the WWE title, then it would make sense we need that mid-card guy. Even Page. He's got a... Don't get it twisted. I know a lot of people say, why not Ricky Starks? Why not Ricky Starks? Because you already got Ricky Starks as a face. What sense would it make for him to turn heel to go to the main roster? Who better than Ethan Page, who's already heel, who has a nasty persona like that of Seth Rollins? Why not Ethan Page? It makes sense. I can't. I mean, no disrespect. I like Ricky Saints, but I can't see Ricky Saints as part of that crew. I can't see him as a Paul Heyman guy. I can see even Page as a Paul Heyman guy. But and two, he's already a heel. Ricky Saints, I'm sorry, you already got this dude. Keep his ass. Nope. Well, I like to see him in the main roster, yes, but not right now. The person that's ready to go, Ethan Page. Open the door. Put him in that group. I would even love it that somehow, some way, is a situation with the Randy Orton where he ended up becoming champ, and the thumbs up and the thumbs down happened to him, like what Triple H did to them in Evolution. So now, the King of the Ring so far has been, we got our finals. Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn this past, I think SmackDown. And the next one will be Raw, where Jimmy Uso will go against Cody Rhodes. This past Raw, Cody Rhodes, of course, Cody Rhodes, he retained, Cody Rhodes, he retained, no, was that Raw? Anyway, we got Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton, and Randy Orton won in a very good match. Cody Rhodes will be going against Jey Uso. Told y'all what was going to happen with Jimmy Uso joining with Jacob Fatu. Surprised that Hikuleo did not make an appearance, but I think I know when that's going to happen. It's either going to happen during the tag match that they have, which I don't see that happening at King of the Ring. I do see that maybe happening at a Saturday Night Main Event or something of that nature. Or Hikuleo comes in and helps Solo Sikoa win the U.S. title. Now, do I think you need to get the belt off of Jacob Fatu? No. And two, the other part of this is Solo Sikoa has yet to win the big one. So do you want Jacob Fatu to be the one he win the big one over? I don't know. So I'm curious to see that. We definitely got LA Knight going against the Dangerous Alliance. He, of course, cost Bronson Reed his match last week with Jey Uso. And this week, he kind of got his payback because I think he gave the man 3 tsunamis. So, wow. It's crazy how WWE right now having the Dangerous Alliance deal with people on all fronts. I think supposedly LA Knight supposed to be moving to Raw so that they can go ahead and make that situation a permanent situation. But I am curious to see what's going to happen with that. And because they're not a part of the King of the Ring, is there going to be a match that's going to go down in Saudi Arabia? And is it going to be in Saudi Arabia? Because right now we got bombs going down in Baghdad over there in Iran. But that's a conversation for another day. Like I said, I'm curious to see what's going to be this match because okay, you got LA Knight. Is LA Knight going to have a match against Seth Rollins at some point? Are we going to have a 6-man tag? Who's going to be his tag partners? We're going to have Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn did take a loss, so he's open to being this 6-man tag. And then of course we got if Jey Uso loses, which let's be honest, Jey Uso is losing. It's going to be Cody and Randy. And it's going to be Cody that gets the title shot at SummerSlam. And like I said, I'm kind of surprised that Cody's going to get the title shot this early. Be it that Cena got more dates. So, and of course, I think we kind of got our main event. Bayley versus the man, Becky Lynch, for Evolution. What match would be bigger right now that we know of? Because ain't no match has been announced yet. Liv Morgan hurt, so that the main event, it might have would have been would probably been for the women's tag title, the Bella Twins versus Judgment Day. They have been squashed. And from what I heard, they're about to vacate the women's tag titles. And if they vacate the women's tag titles, expect a tournament or some type of match to crown that. Now, will they do that at Evolution? I don't know. Will they set up something before Evolution to where the championship match will take place at Evolution? Possibly. But let's see, you got a month. So they got time. But I will expect, and I am expecting them to announce that the titles be vacated on Raw, be it that Liv and Raquel Rodriguez pretty much work on Raw, that they're going to announce the titles being vacated, and they're going to announce what they're probably going to do with it. Because if they're trying to get this in and the match and the championship match set up at Evolution, they got to do it right now. So, I'm looking forward to Rusev and Sheamus. They're setting that up because, of course, we had the their shit set up based off of the King of the Ring tournament or what have you. And the women's King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, coming up, I think, what is this? Got to be Raw, I think. Jade Cargill to meet Roxanne Perez. Asuka defeated Alexa Bliss. This past SmackDown. And which was a very good match. It's like they ain't trying to get Alexa Bliss that world title. And they ain't trying to they try to keep away from the world title picture as much as possible for some apparent reason. I don't know why, but when it was announced that Asuka was going to be a part of the King of the Queen of the Ring, I'm not surprised. From what I'm saying, I see Asuka winning the Queen of the Ring no matter who they're going to face. It's one of two things going to happen. Either Jade Cargill is going to lose to Roxanne Perez because Naomi interferes in the match, because her and Jade Cargill, that beef is still there. Either way, one way or the other, I don't see Jade Cargill winning the Queen of the Ring. I don't see that happening. I really don't. So I'm definitely, like I said, I'm curious to see what this Evolution pay-per-view is going to be. I'm definitely going to watch it because I got to see if I'm going to have the money to even get the All In, because I really do want to see that All In. And see what else happened on Raw. Of course, Rey Mysterio defend. AJ Styles had a very good match. They're setting up AJ to go against, I guess, Dom at some point for the Intercontinental title. I think that'd be a good match for Dom. Dom becoming a much better wrestler and learning heat. And I'm just curious. Like I said, I want them to give Dom, more challenges. AJ Styles is one good one. I would like to see some more stuff. So, but that's WWE. All that I really gave a fuck about. Everything else, I really don't give a shit about. The key word, I'll be honest with you. I'm like, man, if it stuck in my mind, it was for a reason. You feel me? So if that's something I missed, tell me about in the damn comments. There you go. Now, NXT, Josh Briggs, tag partner, pinned the TNA champ. Trick Williams. So by wrestling law, we should be hearing an announcement for a TNA heavyweight title match in the next 2 weeks between two NXT wrestlers. Wow. I didn't see no Dark State. What happened this week? We now have, I think, the 4-way for the woman to decide who's going to be the number one contender for the women's title. Which I think is that should be coming up soon. Who I'm trying to think who it is. I know it's my girl Jada Parker, who defeated Phil Hale. Izzy Dame, Jordan Grace, and I forgot the last person. Which is for not because we all Mariah May winning the damn belt. I mean, honestly, it's you had the champ to come out and her girls put Mariah May through a fucking table. So I supposed to believe that anybody's gonna win this fucking 4-way is gonna be the next, is gonna be the person who's gonna beat Jesse Jane or whoever. I mean, Jesse Jane for the NXT Women's Championship, and you got Mariah May sitting right there. The question is, who they gonna have Mariah May have her first match against? And is she practically is doing a almost similar timeless Toni Storm type scenario, but not Toni Storm. You get where I'm coming from? It's kind of like modern. It's the modern version of that persona. You get where I'm coming from? It's the modern version of that persona with the little cartoons and the voiceover, the dude. Yeah, but don't get it twisted. Do I think she's going to thrive in NXT? Yeah. But if we're going to see her bleed or anything, no, they're not going to do that. The WWE will never have a woman bleed in a match. That will not happen, ladies and gentlemen. That will not freaking happen. You feel me? So I'm just like, yo, honestly, I'm curious to see what goes on with that. We still have, of course, the splitting of the D'Angelo family. Where this go around, he gets where the Crucifixio, whatever his name is, his consigliere, was going to hit Stacks and missed and hit the boss man. So we got the storyline of can D'Angelo trust him? And they said that Stacks had a consigliere. Now, this is what I'm predicting. The question is, I don't see your boy, the consigliere, Crucifixio, whatever his name is, turning on Tony D'Angelo. What I see happening is we're going to have a tag team war between Stacks and whoever his buddy is, and D'Angelo and Crucifixio, whatever his name is, in a battle of the families. The question is the girl that was in the group, which side she's going to fall on? I'm wondering, is Tony D going to move up someday? Because if you notice, we never hear Tony D moving to the main roster. And will his persona work on the main roster? Makes you wonder, huh? Because I find it funny if the Stacks end up going up before him. I'm like, well, damn. And remember, I ain't like Tony D'Angelo at first, but I really like the dude. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I'm trying to think, do we have anything with Uber Femby? I don't think we had anything with him this week. I think him and Trick bumped into each other. Also got Wesley and the High Rise. They still doing their thing. I think Wesley, he was a part of that 6-man tag with first class. And he ain't champ. Trick win. So and that's pretty much it with NXT. I said nothing of great consequence or what have you. And it's just funny because speaking about ratings, because I heard a lot of people was talking shit about NXT. I think NXT did AEW did 700, and then they did 5 something on Max, and Let me explain this to you again, people. Just like, for example, when it comes to Raw, you want to know what WWE give a fuck about? They give a fuck about that NXT number way more than they do the number for. Yeah, actually, yeah. They give a fuck about that Netflix. It's the reason why they're on Netflix. It's the reason why they're on Netflix. Stop playing. They ain't stupid. SmackDown. They worry about SmackDown, but they're not worried about SmackDown. Why? Because it's on USA. And no, USA ain't gonna give a shit because you want to know why? SmackDown will always be the number one fucking show. AEW, believe it or not, has been averaging $1 million for the past ever since they got on Max. If they didn't get $1 million, they got 900. Because you do that 600, that 5, they always doing that 5 on Max. You want to know why? Once again, not everybody got a fucking cable box. You got Prime where I can go on Max, or you got Max itself. I keep telling everybody, it's becoming the streaming. So, oh my goodness, people. So, I think I talked enough about the pro wrestling today. Like I said, I don't sit here and review every single match, every single show, or what have you. Oh, I forgot to talk about, John Cena. How the fuck we get about that motherfucker? Well, John Cena and his pipe bomb. It was a great promo. It's just funny how he put CM Punk through the table. Of course, first he beat where he took out R-Truth. I don't know why I think R-Truth gonna have a hand in Cena losing that belt. John Cena has always been a great promo. I don't know why people act like he's not a great promo. That was one of his strengths, was his promo. And he needed to get this promo so that people, it would make the match with him and CM Punk really mean something more. Because let's be honest, everybody was not feeling the CM Punk versus John Cena but so much. The John Cena retirement tour, in my opinion, has been a dud. A dud. I'm sorry, when Hogan turned, maybe because when Hogan did it and it was Hogan. But it was because Hogan completely changed who he is. John has not changed anything. He just don't talk to the fans. He talked against the fans. But that pipe bomb, damn good. Damn good. But I'm sorry, just being honest. I don't think that this retirement run was great. But it is what it is, though. You feel me? It is what it is. Now, I got some things to tell y'all about. If you happen to be in North Carolina, I got to show my independence, people. Ashe Wrestling. This is why Ashe Return to King, June 28th, Charlotte, North Carolina. The main event would be the Ashe Men's Champion, Mr. Darius Carter versus Darius Lockhart. Who is Darius number one? Also, Cedric Alexander comes back to the North Carolina. He goes against the gifted one, Yaya, as well as the Hall of Famer, Jazz, will be in attendance, and she'll be looking on as we will find out who will be the first inaugural Ashe Women's champion. So I hope y'all ready. And if you're not, you need to be. I wish I could go. And this is going to be June 28th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Please get your tickets at AsheWrestling.com. You feel me? So, yes, I'm always pushing that. Like I said, this last tonight was Victory Road for. I'm going to go to Deadline Pro real quick. There we go. I think their stuff was tonight. Yes, I need to check out. Oh, yes, it was tonight. And we got a new women's champion, Nicole Matthews. I take it is now champ, what have you. And it was tonight. It was Victory Lap. I hate that I missed it. Next time they come to Durham, I will make sure to go. I am not missing another one. And there's another one, and there's a couple of, mass promotion I need to tell you about also. So check them out. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Greensboro, check out Ashe. If Deadlock Pro is in your city, you need to go check them out. Great professional wrestling on the independent level. Put some respect on North Carolina's name, you feel me? So I'm done. I said enough. I've talked enough. Let's see. Oh, forgot Evolve this week. The biggest thing is we are going probably at some point having Natty, the boat, will go after the Evolve women's title with Callie Armstrong. And I understand that the higher ups are very high on Callie Armstrong, as they should. We had, of course, the indoctrination of the Evolve men's champion. And it was funny how Sean Legacy tried to do a gauntlet match to get a title shot. And when he went against the big heavy of the group, match over. He gave him that big boot, match was over. So I see we're going to see Sean Legacy chase after Jackson Drake at some point. And Lindsay Dorado came to his aid. So we're starting to see the main event picture, who's going to be chasing after the Evolve heavyweight title, the Evolve men's title. We start to see who's going to be chasing after that after a while. I'm still waiting to hear when they're going to do the tag team division or what have you. And Keanu Carver, made his presence felt this week as well. I'm curious to see who they're going to have him feud with and beef with. And like I said, I'm also the women's division. I'm seeing that right now Zeta still, I think it's going at some point is going to get the title shot. I don't know. But like I said, I really believe that it's going to be Natalya that gets the title shot because they got her attached to Callie Armstrong and they just had a tag match. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm done. I just gave you a brief overview of what happened this week in professional wrestling. So, like I said, if you want a more in-depth, you go to somebody else. I'm just going to give you what I think and what I feel was important. You know what I'm saying? And everything. And I hope y'all enjoyed this week. As you listening, Raw is tonight. I think the biggest match is going to be Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And one other thing I forgot is we're going to get Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. Because people were making a big to do about what Piper Vixen did to Charlotte Flair when she did that senton when she was doing the figure 8. So, but nonetheless, I just had to put that tidbit in there just in case. But yeah, so like I said, that's gonna be the big match. I don't know what else is gonna be going on at Raw, but I will be talking about it the next go around and next week. So with that being said, people, I hope you enjoyed the smoke that I gave you for wrestling. And thank you for watching. So we about to get up out of here. Hey, life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Deuces.